and welcome to Jesus Time. This time we will get to find the feelings in our Bible lesson, The Colt That Carried a King. Let's begin with our Bible time rhyme. This is my Bible. I open it wide and learn about Jesus from the words inside. And we are looking still at John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16. That's such a big verse. I think remembering that sign language will help us remember it, won't it? For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have eternal life. All right, so the colt that carried a king, we're talking about Palm Sunday, the day that Jesus rode into Jerusalem. So heading to Jerusalem, Jesus and his disciples, I'm guessing they felt excited because, like we talked about earlier, this was a special time of the church year. This was a time when a lot of people gathered together in Jerusalem. So there would have been big crowds there, and maybe that would have made them feel excited. Or maybe if they didn't like big crowds, it was something that would make them a little bit nervous. Sometimes I feel nervous in big crowds. But before they got to Jerusalem, Jesus gave two of his disciples a special job of going to find that colt, that baby donkey. How do you think he would have felt to be one of those disciples that had this little job to do? I would have been happy to help Jesus, but I think this would have made me nervous. I would have been nervous about going to talk to people I don't know and ask them to borrow their animal. That's something I would have never done before. But they knew that Jesus was right. They knew that they could trust what Jesus asked them to do. So I'm sure that they felt confident that Jesus knew what he was talking about, and he knew he had to have that donkey with him. So on their way, they're getting closer to Jerusalem, closer to those big crowds. And the people started making a parade for Jesus. They started putting jackets on the ground and palm branches on the ground. And how do you think they felt? How do you think the crowd felt? And how do you think Jesus felt coming into Jerusalem like that? Well, I think the crowd felt a lot of love and a lot of joy. They were singing, they were celebrating because they knew Jesus loved them so much. And Jesus, my guess would be Jesus was filled with love too, because he always loves us. He's always filled with love. And to see this big crowd of people that he loved celebrating and enjoying time together with him, I think that would have been a very loving feeling. And he also knew that this was leading to his biggest, importantest job of taking our sins away. So I think Jesus was probably very much filled with love at that time. But then we know that by the end of the week, something was going to happen that would hurt Jesus. He sacrificed. That means he was willing to do something that would hurt him or be difficult for him because he loved us. That's a sacrifice. You sacrifice for someone else to do something good for somebody other than yourself. And that's what Jesus did for the whole world. And I know that sacrifice was not easy for him. It was painful. It made him sorrowful. It made him sad. But overall, Jesus was glad to sacrifice for us because he loves you and he loves me that much. And when we all get to heaven and we all have our crowns of life, there'll be nothing but joy. There'll be nothing but perfect love, and we'll never have to worry about any more sacrifices or any more sadness or nervousness. Everything will be happy all the time, and that's what heaven is. It's life eternal with Jesus, where we're always happy, always joyful, always filled with his love. And I have a song to sing today that reminds us of the reason why God does what he does. It all comes back to his love for us. Why does God put a rainbow in the sky? Love, love, that's why. Why does God make frogs jump high? does God make such fascinating bugs? Why does God put the twinkle in your eye? Love, love, that's why. Why does God send stars at night? Love, love, that's why. Why does God give birds their flight? Love, love, that's why. Why does God give the snail a house? Why does God give a tail to a mouse? Why does God make snow so white? Love, love, that's why. Why did God send Jesus to die? Love, love, that's why. Why on the third day did he rise? Love, love, that's why. Why does Jesus live again? Why did he forgive my sins? Why do I lift praises high? Love, love, that's why. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.